Thanks for joining the session. So let's get started. I will share my screen. So I am sharing my screen now. Yeah. So actually we are implementing the health insurance claims project, right? But today we are going to focus on the model queries. This is something like understanding the how to create queries, not just only like select star from the table name. Like there will be a lot of other interesting things also there. We are going to work on those things now. Okay, so let me go and show you that yesterday we actually discussed about one of the website, right? So let me go and show you that one. So Django admin, not Django admin, Django model cookbook. Okay, just type this Django Model Cookbook, that is Warm Cookbook. Just open this. Here you can see a lot of interesting things. For example, first one, if we want to write a select query, there are two ways we can write. So event.objects.all, this is something like this, and events.objects.filter of this one. Okay, so what I mean to say that this Warren cookbook tells about the queries. So basically, we write SQL queries, right? Same way, we can write the Django model queries. We write the queries in the Python code and we'll get the data from the database. If you look at here, and we know that event.objects.all, it's similarly like patients.objects.all. And if you want filter function, filter also there. And every query internally converts into the SQL query, every model query. You can see here the select and the column names and finally the from and the table name. So if you write the query like this, event.objects.all, this will be converted into the SQL query internal. Okay, so I'm going to show you that one too. Now even this one also, the filter and all. So what I will do now, I'll create separate view and I will keep all these queries in one place. We'll understand now. Okay. So we have R queries. R means there is a two tables, right? For example, you have two tables. If you want to write a query, then we can write. For example, you can see here the username starts with R and username last name starts with D. First name starts with R, last name starts with the D. I want both the, I want to retrieve that persons from this by using this one. So this is also can be done, right? Okay. And also we have like alternatively we can write. So what I mean to say that if you want to get the information, we can use the R query from the two tables. R within the table only, if you want to write a conditions, we can write it. Similarly for the and, similarly for the not. So like that, these are all the model queries. This is really important when you're working with the databases. This is going to be useful a lot. But what I'm going to do, right, I'm going to apply some queries in our project practically. Then we'll see now. So what I will do, right, guys, I will go to now patients. I'll create, it's not only the patients, we can also use the hospitals, anything is fine. Okay. So because we have two different things here. What I will do, right, guys, I will go to the base app. Then here I will use the both the patients and hospitals. So I will create now DEF. So here I am working on the all model queries. Just you can write a all model queries. Today we are actually focusing on the queries, the complete model queries. Okay, just give the request and colon, and inside that you just write the queries. Okay, so before that I need to import the two modules. Okay, two models basically. That is from the hospital. One is from the patient. Okay, you can see here. So this is a hospital and the patient. In the patient we have models.py. Even in the hospital also we have the models.py. So we need both the one because we are doing something working on the model queries. Okay, so hospital. Okay, from hospital dot models and import, and what is the name of that? So let's go to this model. We are actually having the hospital. Okay, this I'm going to write it here. So just write. The next one is from, and this time is the patient. Okay, so patient is the app name. In this patient app models import, name of the model is let me go to this patient. Here there is a name called patient. Okay, we can take both basically. And this patient I will copy. Let's go to the views, and you can just put this one. Yeah. Now what we'll do, right? We'll write a query now. Okay. So we already know that. Okay. So first I will go to this one. We already know this one all, and filter and all. Okay. Filter also we know it, but there is something called greater than T. Okay. Let's go now. In the patients, is there any data we can take it up? Let's go to now the models. We have the age. Let's go now. Get the people's age is more than something like 50 or like 35. We need to display the patient information more than 35, something like this. So what I will do, right? I will go to now a model query, sorry, views, which we are writing here. Then you can write, get the patient's information first. Get patients, okay, age, okay, here greater than 35, something like this. So this is actually like what? A variable name. So I will use this patient as a model. This patient dot objects like to get all the data from the database. Okay, patient dot objects. In this objects, I will use the filter command. So this filter command. So basically, like you can see here. Okay, so the years you go and get like ego and underscore underscore gt equal to 5. So I will do the same thing, guys, now. Okay, I will do the same thing now. So years is there, years ago is one of the column name. The column name underscore underscore gt greater than 5. So even in our case also we have the attribute, I mean there is a column name called age. This column name I will use underscore underscore, you can write here underscore underscore gt. Gt stands for the greater than, lt stands for less than. So then interesting thing is that we have to specify the value equal to. This is a little different syntax, but we need to specify this way. So I want the patient information at the age is more than 35, just for like so you have to write age is the column name underscore underscore gt. It is not only that one, guys, it's not only gt. You can write lt also, you can write age underscore underscore, and you can write eq also. Okay, and also we can write age underscore underscore, you can write not equal to any. So these are all the basically we use when it comes to the here. Okay, greater than or something, right? Now I want to return this data to the one page. Okay, we'll return now. So we'll write into the context first. Context is equal to, it's a dictionary. I'll take this, the value of the patient's age is more than 35, and you can give this one as a key. Okay, and you can write it into the single quote, simple, right? Here I will return this return, and again when you are going to return that, it's a simple render, and first parameter is always request, and second parameter is the html. So we are not created html so far, but anyway I mention it is model queries dot html. Okay, and here I'll mention the context. So context is simple, this is the, this context only I will return now. So I will go to now. This is a simple query which we have written, but I will write all the queries in this case now. Today we are going to learn all the queries basically, how to write a queries in the Django model. Now I'll go to this base.html. It's very simple. In this base.html, I will in the templates I will create. There is HTML page is called the model queries.html. I'll just mention this one. Create new file. The file name is the model queries.html. Here what I will do, right? So in index.html, I will just copy this code. I'll take this one to here. Just keep it, right? So block content insurance claim project. Okay, fine. So what we can do, right? So here this one say that all model queries are there. Okay, all model queries. Just I'm giving the headline. Okay, so all model queries. This one also I will change this one. This is a model queries. So kind of demo. Okay, so I'm just keeping this one, all model queries here. Now I want to call this HTML. From where I can call, so we already having the view here in the base app. I'll go to these URLs. I will add the extra. I mean, it's not extra. Then another path I'm going to add. The path. So in this is I can say that uh, I can say that okay, all queries slash, and we can use the views and dot, and what is the views basically we have here, we have written, right? If you go to this views, we have written the all model queries. Just go here and in URLs just provide that all queries, all model queries, and the name is equal to same. I will give the same name here. Okay, but I will not provide the underscores. Simply I will write all queries only. This is a string. I'm mentioning into the string. Simple. Okay. What I have done, very simple thing. I actually using the views. Basically, I'm calling the models from the different apps, and this is a separate. What I can say that the view. This view is actually calling the patient information, but we have the conditions here. Okay, the age is greater than 35, so only that patient information you only will send it to this context object. This context object will be rendered into the this model queries.html. That is what actually we are seeing it in the model queries. But we are not displayed so far, but I want to go and see first page is calling or not. Okay, then we can display the content. Now we'll go to this base.html and we'll write some extra, what I can say that the one more menu. I'm adding the one more menu. So in this menu, what we can say that, guys, this is the model queries. Okay, so model queries, and here inside the href, so we can use this one URL, and in the quotes you can write what is the URL name we created. We created the URL name. You can go to the urls.py. This all queries we have to mention there. Okay, so we have to mention. So now what we'll do, right, guys? This go to this base.html. You just mention this name, all queries. Okay, so we are always done with this. URL we are done, model we are done, view we are done, HTML also we completed now. So what I will do, right? We have to go on first to run the server, and that is Python 3 manage.py. Okay, so manage.py and run server. So I'm just executing this command. Then you can open this. So you can see this. There is a new menu get added here that's called model queries. So and I'm going to click the queries, model queries. There is no model, all model queries. This text is displayed because we are able to navigate to the page. Okay, we are able to navigate to the page. Now what we can do now, guys. So we'll go to this views. We have this context, this key I will take and I will display the content. Before that, I want to display all these model queries into the some of the HTML page. So I'll go to the bootstrap and you can take the table here, and this table is something like this. Yeah, so I will take any one of the table. Okay, So for example, this table I will take. This table code is already there here. Just copy this one and go to now and go to this model queries dot html, and here after the h1 tag, I will I will keep this code. Okay. So now in this code we'll customize it everything, right? So this one I will take the class empty. It is a margin 4. I'm just giving it. If you can go and refresh the page of application, just refresh. You will get this data like this. But I don't want to display all this data like this. So we'll remove this below this highlighted text. I want to remove it now. So what we'll do, right? So this is the header. This is the body, and it's done. Another table which is copied. I don't want this table. Okay. Now you can go to this, refresh the page. Fine. So this is first last handle. So what we can do now, this first one, first we'll change this one. The first one hash will keep it there only. It's instead of this, I will do one thing. It is serial number, and the first we have, right. This first I will change this to the description about the query. So description. Okay. I forgot the spelling, guys. Description. And next one is model query. I'm just writing here model query. Okay. Then even if you want to write SQL query also you can write, but here you can display the result. Okay. This result I want to display. This is how it is there. The first one is we'll go with this TR and all. I will remove it here. We don't want all these TRs. So first I will take only one TR. So you can see this. We are actually returning the data from the views. If you go to the views, this key, okay, I will take and go to this the models query.html here in there. So here what we'll do, right? We give this percentile for loop. Only this row I will repeat it because this the age is greater than it is there, right? This only can taken here in this place. So for, and this is each patient information. We can take each p or patient, and in this one basically this is the for loop. And see, basically this one you can take it outside of the th, like here only you can outside of tr, not inside the TR. You can just mention because this TR will be low, basically will go into the loop. Okay. So N for, you can see this. It's very simple, right? So this each patient I will take, I will loop the patient information. But here basically this is the query. I don't want, okay, you want to display all patient information, just we can display it. I want the patients, the age is more than 35. Okay, that's what actually I'm doing with this model query. So you can take this each patient, and so first one I said like description, right? So these are all like all patients, patient with age greater than 35. Okay, so this is what all is not required, and I'm displaying the name here. Okay, but the second one is the model query. I'll come to this one, but the result I want to display here. Just I'm displaying the only the first name and last name. Okay, so first underscore name, and this is the one. And again, we are displaying the last name here. Just copy this code. Okay, and copy this. Just keep this one is the last underscore name. We can keep this. So where this first name, last name is there. If you go to the patient model, there is a table. In that we have the first underscore name, last underscore name. So same thing which I am doing it now. So in the model queries, what I am doing it, I am displaying the patient age is greater than 15. So that is the reason I am just mentioning here. So let's go and print, let's go and execute this code. You can see this, we got now this one. Okay. So Angela, there is a small, one more curl braces is missing. Then you can go and execute this. So basically in our result, that patient age is greater than, both are greater than 15 only, greater than 35 only. So what I will do, guys, I will go to now, okay, I will go to the admin screen. I will change the data of these guys. Okay. So slash and admin. In this admin screen, there is a patients. And if you go and check this John Doe is the 45. I will change this age to the 28. Okay. Go and save this. And now you can refresh the page here. Just you can refresh the page. You'll see only Angela age is coming through, because previously we have both the ages. Let's go and check what is Angela age. So I'll click on this Angela. Angela is the 45, right? So that is how we can write the queries. So basically what we are doing it, right? We have two records in our database, and we are actually working on the query. The patient age is greater than 35, you can display the results. As of now, the Angela age is greater than 35, we are displaying. But here I want to display the model query also, right? If you can go to this documentation, if you want to display the query, and we can use the query set dot query. This is also, we can use it. The query set dot query. I'll go now. It is extra information only for the developers. It is not really needed for any other way around. So query set, we can see this query set, there is a like a print of query set dot query. Similar way, what I will do, right? I want to send the query, then this patient is 35 dot, and this is the query. Okay, so this query I will send it to the something like it is like age 35 query. This is basically okay. So this query I will send it to the again context. Then you can keep it here. Then comma and not comma, sorry, colon, and we can keep this, and this is separated by the comma. So what we are doing it here, I want to send query also. Query is only for our internal purpose. We are not really sharing to the client or like to the end customer. This is just, I am displaying this content. Okay, this is 35 query, it is the key. This key I will send it to the this, anyway it is rendering to the HTML page with this context. I'll go to this models queries. I'll just mention this one. Okay, so let me go and mention this. If I go and mention this, I'll go and refresh the screen here. You can see this. Okay, we are not getting the data because this is again a query, A35 query key, because this is there inside this. But how to get the query? That is a question, right? So basically what I am saying that I want to display the query in the UI. Okay, as simple as when I'm going to display this query, I'm not able to see this one. How to get the query? Okay, it's a, we can give simple like this AS35 dot query, but this is code is not saved here. Let me save this view.dot file and let it save it. Now again save it, because why it is not displayed? Because I am not saved it. You can see query is got displayed here, complete query. So previously I am not saved the views.py, but I am trying to get the data. It is not there. I saved it now. Okay. So what I mean to say that, guys, so let me write, this is a spelling wrong. Okay. So we have the first menu is sequence number. Second one is the description. Description in the sense the query, the basic query. The patient with age 35. And this is actual query, which is returning at the back end model query. And the result is the Angelina Jolie, because age is greater than only Angelina Jolie is there. If it's 2% are there, and it will show the 2% information. 3% are there, 3% information will be shown. This model query I am showing it to understand in better way. It's not really model query, it is a SQL query. We can change this one name to the SQL query. So background, when you write a code like this, like patient age greater than 3 is equal to patient dot object dot filter age underscore underscore gt is equal to 35. That means it is actually like what it is doing at the backend. It is internally creating this query. You can see here entire columns it is selecting till, and there is a from, and this is a patient underscore patient is a table name, the where, and patient age is greater than 35. Okay, this is how it is working. This is a way like information we are showing it. Okay, let's go to the another query. So same thing. So another query. So that query is now, for example, I want to display the. So let me add some what I can say here, there is no much information, guys. We'll add one more patient here because we don't have much information to do with the activities. So I will add now 333, and this patient name is, for example, Will, and this guy is Smith. Okay, this guy, okay, Will, okay, and Smith. I'm writing here. The age is like this time is the 38, and the gender is, for example, sorry, male, right? And date of birth, I'm just giving this one. You just enter any date of birth here, okay? But I will change this one to the, okay, 1965 or something like this. 1965 means age is more, okay? So 90 or like 1985, something like this. Mobile number is 123456789. So email is okay, will@gmail.com, and address is like okay, CA California, or like again I am writing the same address, Avenue Road, and okay, and MG Street. So last one is California, which I am writing. I want the profile image. So we can give any profile image, but let me do it this case. That patients, already I have some image. I'm taking the Will Smith, just click and copy, just go and save this. Okay. Now if I go to this page, guys, previously it is Angelina Jolie only there in the result. Age is less than 35. We'll get the Will Smith also, right? Okay, we have three patients now. We have three patients. The query is also applicable to the hospitals also. If you want to work on to the hospital, if you go and click on this hospitals, we have this information. If you want to display only the private category hospitals, we can display it. Even if you want to something like any other information, if you want to, which are the hospitals are recently added also, we can display it. Okay, but let me go and click on this model queries. So now this 111 is coming up. Previously also said like this 111 is coming up. I will fix this one in upcoming sessions, how to do it. Okay, so let's focus now. Okay, this patient with age greater than 55, that information we are displaying it. Now I will go to the another model query. So you can see here, for example, R. Okay, I can go to now. If you want to print the patients which are starting with the like R, or else the ends last name ends with D. So in our case, let's go now. This the patients we have it here. These patients, Angelina Jolie, John Doe, and Will Smith. So I want to display the patient first name starts with J and last name starts with D. So I want to display this information. Let's go now. Write a query here. So the query name is the patient. Okay. So patient F name. So basically F name. Basically we are displaying the patient F name and the last name conditions basically. Okay. So F name underscore last name conditions. So here we'll take this patient and dot objects. I'm writing the model query, guys. Okay, objects. Then we can follow the query. So, but to follow this query, you can see here there is a very simple query. So query said dot user dot objects dot filter. Then first name is the column name. Underscore starts with then R. And again, no, you this filter will be closed. Then you can give separate pipe symbol. This is nothing but R condition. Then you user dot objects dot filter. Then last name underscore starts with D. This is how we can write, right? I will do the same thing now. First, I will write the patients dot objects. Then we can go for the filter condition. So inside the filter, I want to go with the first name. So let's take this first name. This first name and underscore. So underscore starts with it is the existing function. Okay. Generally, you can see here. So here also like first name underscore starts with. Then we can mention the equals to, and in the quotes. For example, I want to print Z. I want to get the patient information. The first name starts with Z. Then or condition. So you can write pipe symbol here. Same condition you copy paste. Just go. Same thing. Just you copy paste. And I'm just going to enter this one to understand in better way. Okay. So or else we can keep it into the single line only. Okay, I will. Okay. So this one this time is the last name. This one last name and starts with this time is I will change this one to the John John Doe, right? D I will keep here last name. Okay, so this is a condition. Okay, basically we are talking about starts with and starts with, but if you want to take ends with also will take, we'll see that in shortly. So I'm going to now, this is another key which I am creating now, and you can just keep this one into the single quotes. And sorry, that is not single quote, this is in single quote, key is in single quote, the value is value only, it is a normal variable name. Okay, so I will send this one to the context. At the same time, I want query for this. This query is, I will take it very simple, dot. So if you want any query, so you can use this object. This object is called it as a query set object, dot, and then this query. So this query which I am going to take it up now. This query again, I will put it into the like that something like first F name and L name query basically. Okay, retrieving the F name such, this is like such query. So I can write here such F name like first name last name query, the same query which I will give it to the context. So same thing, I'm just doing the same, there is nothing is new here, just put the colon and use this key. Okay, so I will go to now the model queries. So another row which I will take, this row. Okay, I will take the new row here. Okay, this new row is different because information is different, right? So what I will do, right? So this just a row, we can keep it as 2 for time being. And this is a second query. Here I am saying that patient name. Okay, patient first name starts with and that is a Z. Okay, as a small letter, and the last name starts with so that is like D. This is what our query is basically. So now this, instead of this key, I will take the model query. What is that models? Sorry, in the views, what is we are sending it, guys? We are actually sending this key, this query key. Just go and use this query in the in the place of this query, and you can mention it. Now I want to display, instead of this first name and last name, can I display the first name and last name? We can display it. Okay, if it is matches, we can display it. So but to get this, I need for loop here. So same thing, so I'm just writing here for loop. So percentile percentile. Okay, and for, and here we need to take the this key. This key only will navigate here, right? So models query, so just give this key, and P or like a patient in. Okay, this is the one. This patient only I will take, and instead of each patient I will use this patient, and this time normal. This is the variable, latest variable. Spelling is wrong. Okay, this one spelling. I'm just correcting the spelling. Okay, now I will close this for loop, guys. Okay, just you can put the percentile and for. Okay, so like this, right? Now I'm going to host this. Let me go to this one and click on this model queries. Okay, there is one error here. Last name into the field choices address, date of birth, first name, last name. Because I have given the last name, but there is a last underscore name. Small mistake which I have done. So if you look at this, okay, it's saying that, hey, you are given the keyword called last name, but that is not available in this given column names. The given column names is the last underscore name. So clearly it is giving the message. So what we can do now, we'll go and check in the models, sorry, in the views. Okay, where I did mistake. Yeah, this one, it is the last underscore, but I've given the last name. Okay, I just resolved it, and it is getting reloaded again. So now I will go back to this one and refresh the screen. So you can see this. Okay, but we don't see the data here. The query is executed successfully, but we are not getting the data. It's because of, if you go to this patients, okay, John Doe, J is caps, D is caps. But what we have done here, we are given the lowercase letters. What I will do right now, I will change this one to the uppercase letters. because actually in our database these names are starting with the uppercase letters. Now I will go into this, click on this model queries. You can see John Doe is now the data which is populating. The patient first name starts with Z and last name starts with D. Basically this is uppercase letters. Okay, so now if I will little change this one, this is not small j, this is, I will keep this uppercase, and this is also uppercase. I hope you understand it, right? So this is where, like, now I'm going to refresh the screen, and you can see the patient first name starts with uppercase letter Z, a last name starts with uppercase letter D, and we are able to get this patient information, right? So like that we can display the query. You can ask me the question, is there any ignore case? Yes, we can ignore the case also. I will tell you that. So there we can go to this views.py. Here, instead of saying this one I starts with, can I write like this, guys? If I go now, I'll keep this one is a small j. Next one you can keep it with the uppercase letter Z. Now I'm going to refresh it. See, even though you given the lowercase and uppercase, this works. Okay, even if you give lower cases and uppercase also, it works. Okay, so what I'm doing it, I stands for the ignore case. Okay, ignore starts with, so even I am giving the small z, it is working good. Just simple, you can remember that one. So I'm going to this and refresh the screen. You can see, even though there is uppercase, it is printing. Now it doesn't matter now. It's okay. So you can give this I starts with, I ends with, or like I see. For example, here, okay, let me go to this. Here, instead of I starts with, what I will do, right? I will give the ends with. Okay, so I ends with. Let me try this whether it works or not. So Doe means here E, right? It is E. John Doe E. Now I'm going to refresh the screen here. Let me go and do. We can see here the Angelina is also the name is ends with E. The Angelina Jolie. Jolie is last letter is ends with E. So that's the reason we got the two records here, right? It is a second query. We got two records. Okay, so this is the way it works. So what are the things we learned here, guys? If we go to here, there are four things you should remember. There is a I starts with, then ends with, and I ends with. Okay, so ignore case ends with, ignore case starts with, normal starts with, and ends with. This is where, like, we can ignore the case and get the data. It's not only about the one string, you can give any data. Like generally it is like only like at the last character only we are giving, basically, because it is, that's where it checks. Okay, now so this is where it is there. Now I'll go to the model queries, and we can give, this is not this j, we can give small j, and this is the E. I am just changing this query because tomorrow if you refer, you should not be the confusion those. So I'm just giving this. Okay, this is where model queries is there. So this is the R condition, right? If you can look at this in the views, we have written the R. This is R. The same query, if you go to this documentation part, they say that we can write into the different way. See, this is the one way of writing at the R function. There is another way also we can write, that is this one. So alternatively also we can use the, so Django.models.query, same query I can also write with this case. So how we can write this one, go to this here, and you mention this from Django.db.models, import q, and you can scroll down. So instead of writing this query, okay, I will keep this one into the comment, and we can write same kind of query. We can go with another way of this one. This is the one. I'm just copying and pasting this because that's where we can easily finish it off. Just you can use this instead of user. I will have the patient. You can take objects.filter. The first name starts with, in our case it is as J, so you can give J, and last name is actually, like in our case we are working with I ends with. So I ends with, I am changing this one is a small d, because anyway we are ignoring the case. Okay, so this is the same query. So instead of this, what I will do, right, I'll give this name is not QS. Basically QS means query set. I'm changing this one. So you can also use this query, but I don't want to use in the another way, like also we can use. Now if I go and execute this code, guys, let me go and okay, refresh it. You can see there is no any differences, right? If I remove the E, but if I give the D, just save it and go and run this code, you can see, just run it, you get Django only. So two ways we can write the query sets here. One is with the normal way, like patient objects dot filter and patients dot object dot filter and the last name. So this is the way. Okay, even you can see, I will show you. This is one way, right? One way in the sense, first you are doing the filter, again or condition, again filter function. So you are using the filter function two times in this format. But when it comes to the latest one, we are using a class name called q, which is a class which is present in the models, django.db.models import q. Q stands for the query set class. This query set I am using it, patient.objects.filter. Filter is the function. Inside that I am using the query set, then we can use this way. So this query set is, so inside the parenthesis only, they are saying that first name starts with J, then you can close R. Again, I am using the query set of the last name ends with D, because we are using the query sets inside this. That's where it works basically. Okay. So this is how generally this is executing. And now I will put this second one only in our code. So first one, I will just keep it as in the comment section. So yeah, this is where like we're done. Now moving to the next one, what are the other functions we have it? Okay, what are the other? See, this is about R. See, if you are using the R means, you can see here Django provides the two options. So the query set one and pipe symbol, that is nothing but R, and query set 2, and the filter and the query of condition 1 and pipe symbol, that is where like R condition, the query set of condition 2. This is how it works. Now let me go to this, guys. Not condition, we can also use the not. Okay, so not is nothing but explicitly you can give the this one. So under this one, you can see here exclude condition and filter, and you can give something like this, tilde operator, the q condition. Let's go and try this one, then we'll see that's how it is. Okay, so now I'm going to this the code. Okay, so in this case, what I will do, right, we are let's go to this patients. I will show you now. Okay, I don't want patient name starts with John. I don't want the patient to be displayed. I don't want the patient's first name starts with J. Okay, let's try to exclude that one. So now I'm going to now executing on the exclude. This is another query. So let's go now. This is the patient first name exclude, first name exclude. Okay, when it comes to the what is the name, I can say that John J. You can keep it that. So now I'll go to this patient and dot objects dot exclude now. Okay, so exclude function. In this exclude we'll mention now. So we'll go to this documentation once again. You can see that. So this exclude, we can look at this. You can write. Okay, I will go to now. This is the one. So we can write either with the tilt symbol, or like we can go with the exclude function. So let's go and try with the exclude function whether it works or not, then we'll come back to this one. So this exclude, and we can say that the first name I starts with Z. So we can exclude wherever the first name starts with Z. I don't want John to be printed, right? So this data I will send it to the HTML page. So I want to write it here basically inside this. So this one I'm just keeping into the query. So this is the key, and I just going to mention this one. Okay, yeah, this is done. Just put the comma, right? And okay, exclude JS down. This also I want to query, right? So I am just taking the query. Okay, and okay, fine. This is where that's done. Now this patient J. So this is I will take it as the query. So I will not write this much string here unnecessarily. So exclude, this is exclude query. Okay, simple. This exclude query only I will send it to the context. So we'll go to now this comma, and we can use it as the key here, then put the colon, then we are done. Right? As simple as. Now what we can do, guys, this exclude query is there. This I will use it into the HTML page, these keys. Go to now model queries, okay? And let's go now. We'll print the same thing, okay? I'll just copy this entire code because I'm going to use the same thing. This is another row. I'm just mentioning it is a third query, we are working on it. This is exclude one. So patient first name starts with Z. So basically that is we are excluding now. So say that exclude the patient, first name starts with J. So this is a query. So what we can do now, this is 3 and this is where, okay. Now we'll go to this views. I'll take this key. This is a query key. This key I'll pass it here. Okay, let it be. And I want to display the patient first name and last name. But this key I don't want because we have the latest key that is called the first name exclude J. Just go to this and you just apply it. So if you have more than like 10 people are there, all this, the people whose first name starts with the J, we can exclude it basically, right? So you can just keep it this patients. Okay, fine. I think we are done. This patient is iteration variable. I'm using internally. Okay, let me go and then execute, means run the page. Let me go again, click on the models. So do you see any results are coming up here? We have 1 2 3 is not coming up. Do you know, guess any why? Because we are giving the patients, this is exclude J, go to the views. Okay, this is the key, key we need to give. What I did mistake is I'm not giving the key. So right now I'm giving the correct one. Okay, previously I'm not given the key, that's why. Okay, let me go to now refresh the screen. I got now. So this third one is the John Doe is excluded now because John Doe is actually name is starts with Z, so that is now excluded. Right? This is how we can write the programming. We have the query also. So query is like this is SQL query. You can see how the SQL query is working. So select all the column from patient table where not upper of the patient first name text. This is like condition, sort of like keyword using it in the SQL to get this information, right? As simple as, guys, it's very simple thing. Basically we are excluding it, which, so this is a not, you can see this is a not. Okay, previous one we are using the where condition, which is included. Right now we are using the where not. Simple as. So why I'm displaying the SQL queries here, just to make you understand what is the background is working. Actually this SQL query displaying is not required. We need to understand, right? So what query we are writing, how this backend is working on it. So just I'm showing this. You can also bring the model query here, but anyway that is not required. So this is how SQL query works, and this is the result is coming up. Okay, the person's results, that's how it works. So moving to the next one, and here, so you can go to this. Okay, we can write into the another way also. You can try this. Okay, why I need to do the same thing again and again. So you can try with another way also, right? So like that we have the so you can go to the and queries also there, but and queries will come with the 3 options here. One is the filter of condition 1 comma condition 2, and the query set 1 and query set 2, and the filter of query of condition 1 and condition 2. These are the 3 conditions we can write it. Basically this way it works. Okay, you can write in the 3 ways. You can try this option, guys. Okay, instead of doing the same thing, you can try this option and we'll see this how we can get into that. Okay, now I'm going to close this one. So what we can do now, guys, let me take another one. So if you look at this union, how to do the union of the 2 query sets from the same or different models. Okay, so like it's very simple, right? So basically what is the question here, how to do the union of the two query sets. So you take the query set 1 and 2 query set 2 from the same and different model. Different models also we can work. So that is simply we can write with the union function. You can take the query set 1, for example, from the patient, and query set 2 and another patient, sorry, hospitals. Then we can loop it. But you can look at this, the union operator is used to be combined with the result set of 2 or more query sets. The query sets can be from the same or the different models. Where their query sets are different models, the fields and their data type should match, right? But see, in our case, the patient and hospitals, the data which is not really matching, but we'll do it later. But we can take a tree separate one, query set 1 and query set 2. If it is in the same table, it is good, guys. But in our case, it is we don't have it. But we can use the union operator. So this is a union function we can give, query set 1 of query set 2. This is also you can try. It's not a big deal. You can try this option as well. Okay. Or else if you want to try this one with this union also, you can try. Here we have the two names. Okay, but better always like this name should match with the another table. There is a common column we should have it when working on with the two different tables. If it is same table, we don't need it basically. Okay, that is about the union. So let me go on, move on to the next one. Okay, so for example, here you can see this is very important. How to find the second largest record using the Django or this is one of the modern questions generally we get, right? So it's very simple now. You can see here. So user dot objects, and this is you can take order by also. There is a function called order by based on the time and all. So we can do it. But here main important thing is the second highest record. We can our third highest record. We can give here n minus one. For example, if I want seventh highest record, I'll give the n minus one. Okay. So we'll go now. We'll try to fetch that one. So let's go to this one. Go to the views. Okay, and here we are going with the this is exclude query. I'm just keeping it here. Okay, exclude is we are done. Now we are working on to the nth largest. So what I mean to say that this is only find the nth record from the query set. Find the this one by using the we can find it basically. I'm just keeping it here. Was just different. Okay, and here I'm just writing the query. So we need nth record, right? So we can put here the patient patient nth record. Okay, we can just write it here is equal to, and in this patient and dot objects dot, and let's go now in the models. Do you have any date here? We can take date of birth. We can take the and date is not there, but we can take the date of birth here, right? Else you can take anything. So let me give you here date of birth. Let's go to this views, and here I will say that patient dot objects of. Then we can look at this query. We have order by. So let me take the order by here. Sorry, we can take anything, guys. Okay, in the sense not only order by, we can also use the filter condition also. That's what I'm trying to say. Order by. So in this, I'm just mentioning the date of birth and put this. Then date of birth is there. Yeah. Then we have to mention the nth record. For example, I want second record. Okay, just mention here second record in the given database. Just I will give the two. Right. So this is a slice operator. So basically we can give this patient nth record. I will send it to the key. So let's go to now. This is the key, and we just mention here is the key and put this one. Absolutely fine, guys. You can just give the comma. And okay, fine. This is going to be the query. So okay, equal to this one dot query, right? So this the query, which what I will do, right? I will send it to the HTML page. So this is the key and colon and this key. Simple. Just writing it like this. Okay. Record query and this comma. Okay. Fine, guys. This is fine. So what we'll do, right, we'll go back to the model queries. I'll create one more row here. Take this entire thing, just you can paste it here. Okay, this time, okay, I'll go to this views, get the first nth record query, go to this again HTML. I'll mention this. This is the patient, and here also we have the query. This is the query key, and just go into HTML, just add it here. Simple, what we have done so far. But this time I can say this is the nth record. Okay, so nth record patient. Preferably, it is a second record which we are trying to print. Okay, preferable. So now we are done this. Let me go to the UI. I think all the files are saved. So now I'm going to the UI. In our case, this is HTML. So just okay, yeah. The patient object has no attribute called query. So what I have done mistake. I'll go to the views. Okay, the why this is not query? This is have it right. Patient nth record. This is not having the query. Patient objects dot order by. Okay, saying that patient object has no attribute called the query. Where exactly this is giving an error? The query is there, right? Same thing which I'm doing it. Okay, line number 34. This query is there. Maybe this query is not printing you. Patient name dot query. Okay, let me put this one into the comment section for time being. I'll come back to this one. Okay, so I'll go to now again models.html. This one we will say that simple. So remove this curl braces. I'll come back. We'll come back to this one because this is giving an issue. For time when we just keep it side. First, we have to look at the result. Okay, so look at the result now. So patient object is not iterable. Okay, why patient object is not iterable, guys? So let's go now. That is an issue basically. The issue is I did something mistake here. Is that the spelling is I am given wrong? Patient dot objects dot iterable. Okay. What if I'm going to give this? Okay, let me go to the query. If you look at this, we have the order by second highest, right? Objects dot and all. It's the same thing also. Objects dot order by only have done. Saying that type error, patient object is not iterable. Okay, this is not iterable in this case. So let me go with this first of all function. Okay, so I will do that also. Okay, let me see this. I'll go to now execute this. So still this is first of all it is not iterable. It is not iterable. I'm doing the small mistake, guys. So what is that mistake is? Patient object is not iterable. Okay. Patient object is not iterable. Just give me a second. I am just checking it. The all function of to this where like 2 is coming through. Patient in the record, which is there now. Okay, patient dot objects dot all. Okay, what if I'm going to do it the normal way? Just you can go with this. Okay, but the nth record is not working. Maybe it's because of let me go and give this first record. Let me go to execute this. Okay, when I give this query set only, it's giving up. Okay, All is working, but when I give this slice, okay. So basically, we are getting an error when you go with the nth record. Okay, just you can give it here. Second highest record with respect to the last login. Okay, order by any pulls up the required object. So this is where it works. Just 1 second. Gives flexibility find the first name, last name, item, query set, but not nth item. You can do it using the slice operator. Same thing I am doing it here, but all information is coming through, but this information which is something fishy. Patient dot objects dot all, and use the filter. For example, filter is not required. Order by is fine. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Okay, order by date of birth. Okay, you can give ascending order, descending order. This hyphen is basically, so we can just mention it. Oh my god, man. Okay, so already it is up and running, no problem. That is okay. So it was giving this issue. Okay, I will check this one. I'll come back to you tomorrow. There is some issue here. Anyway, tomorrow we are going to continue the same model queries. We are going to explore them few more model queries, and we'll see that. Okay, fine, guys. Thank you so much for joining the session. I'll check this error tomorrow. I'll come back to you, and the small issue is there. We'll fix it off. Fine.